Welcome to the Equine Helper Exercise Show! Horseback riding is a full body workout, whether you realize it or not, and it requires you to engage every part of your muscle to, number one, effectively communicate with your horse, and number two, effectively ride your horse. What I wanted to do with you all today is to share some really helpful exercises I have found that have greatly improved my strength and my ability to ride my horse. I'm by no means a professional trainer, nor am I even a professional gym rat. I just exercise in my home for a few minutes every day. The first exercises we're going to do is going to target your arm muscles, so your bicep and your tricep. So these muscles are good for pulling on the reins. Just kidding. No, you don't want these muscles to pull on the reins. Actually, what it does is it allows you to give with your hands and give with your reins, so you're not constantly in your horse's mouth. So you need these muscles built up so you can support your arms and you're not resting on your horse's mouth and you're not resting on your horse's neck. You want to be able to hold your arms upright and ride independently from any other pressure. The first arm exercise I'm going to do are curls. So this is where you're just going to have your dumbbells and you're going to face your hands outward, elbows at your side, and then you're going to just bend at the elbow and bring the dumbbell up to your shoulder and then back down. So you just want to make sure this is a controlled motion. You're not going super fast. And you want to make sure your elbows aren't swinging forward and backward. They're staying in their position. So me personally, when I started doing curls, I just wanted to make sure my weight was right, the amount of weight that I was lifting. So what I learned from research is if you go with a lower weight and a higher rep, so if my weight is lower but I can do like 10 curls, I'm less likely to get injured compared to if I did, a higher weight and 3 curls. So that's just something to keep in mind. The next exercise is for your tricep, which is on the back of your arm and really is going to support your arm when you're holding it up. For the exercise I like to do for my triceps, I use one dumbbell. And what I do is I take it and put my palms up and hold it in my palms. So I have the weight above my head, and then I'm just going to lower my hands, making an angle at my elbow, and then go back up. So this tricep exercise is the same concept as the bicep exercise, in that I use a lower weight initially so I can do higher reps so I can avoid injury. And that way I'm just able to perfect my form before I move on to a higher weight. The next exercise I'm going to show you all is an exercise for your shoulders. So when it comes to horseback riding, we've all heard our instructors yell at us to put our shoulders back. So your shoulders are really important when it comes to your overall balance and straightness through the saddle. So if you have weak shoulders, you may get hunched in the saddle, which is going to, mess up your posture, but obviously you can also start leaning or tilting forward. You may not be able to keep yourself straight in the saddle, so you may be leaning back. So with strong shoulders, you're going to be able to keep yourself nice and straight over your horse, and your center of balance will be over the center of your horse. The shoulder exercise I do is probably my most favorite exercise because I feel like I'm learning to fly like a bird. So what I do, I have 2 dumbbells here, put them at my side, and then I'm just going to bring my arms straight out to my side as if I'm flapping my wings, and then back down. So I just want to make sure, remember, my motion is controlled. I'm not going super fast. So I do this about 10 to 12 times per set. We're going to take the same concept as trying to fly like a bird and use it to strengthen our back muscles. So for this, you're going to need a chair. And I'm sitting on the edge of the chair so my feet are firmly planted on the ground in front of me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my chest down to my knees, but keeping a curve in my back, so I don't want to be hunched like this. And I'm just going to flap my wings again, bringing my arms out to the side. And you can feel this in your back between your shoulder blades. I know we've just covered upper body and there's a lot more exercises to go over. The good news is you don't have to exercise your whole body every single day. What I personally do is I'll focus on one part of my body each day. So one day I'll do my upper body, the next day I'll do my core, the next day I'll do my legs. That way I'm giving each part of my body time to rest and recover before they get worked out again. Now we're going to move on to our mid-body exercises or our core exercises. And these personally are my least favorite exercises, but probably the most important when it comes to your balance in the saddle. The first and the worst, planking. So to do a plank, you're going to lay on the ground, have your elbows under your shoulders, and then you're going to stand up on your toes and keeping your body straight. You don't want to slouch like this And you don't want to stick your butt up in the air. Keeping your body straight, you're just going to hold this. And you're really going to feel this in your core. I personally am in pain everywhere when I do this, but it is really good for strengthening your abs. I just started planking, and so I'll plank for 30 seconds and I'll do 3 sets. So I mix it up and I do exercises in between, but I do 3 sets of 30 seconds. After planking, I like to go for an easier exercise, a little bit more enjoyable. This is called line lateral leg raises. Say that 5 times fast. Line lateral leg raises, line lateral leg raises, line lateral leg raises, line lateral leg raises. Anyway, with this exercise, I'm gonna kind of use my elbow to prop myself up. I wanna make sure this is like 90-degree angle and I'm not leaning on it. I'm kind of holding myself up. I want my legs straight and I'm gonna point my toes up. So I want the bottom of my feet to be flat. You can use this other arm to stabilize yourself. So what I'm gonna do, by keeping your toes pointed forward and your feet kind of flat, you'll feel your muscles flexing through your legs. So all you're gonna do is lift your leg and then bring it back down. And you wanna do this nice and controlled, and this is really gonna work your lower abs and your pelvis. And so this is really good to just secure yourself in the saddle when riding. I personally started doing 10 of these, and once I could do that, I then went to just doing it until I couldn't do it anymore, each rep. And this is really good, and your legs will start hurting, your thighs will start hurting. This next exercise is just as fun as planking, and it's called the Superman plank. So the reason I do this exercise is because with my mid-body training, I've already hit my abs, already hit my lower abs. This is really gonna hit your lower back, and you're really gonna feel your muscles in your lower back. So the way you do this, you lay out like a pancake, feet out, arms out, and then all you're gonna do is then just bring your feet and arms off the ground as high as you can. Like this, and it's so painful, but you can feel it in your back. And I just hold this for 30 seconds, and I'll do 3 sets of this. Your lower back really supports you when you ride, helps keep your back straight, helps you keep balanced and in the saddle. So this is really important, but often overlooked. My first lower body exercise are squats. So squats really work your thighs and your butt muscles. And the reason these muscles are important is that it really helps you, number 1, stick in the saddle, but number 2, move with your horse. So if these muscles are strong and you're loose through your hips, you're going to be able to move with your horse much more effectively than if you're braced and you're hugging your horse with your legs. You're not supposed to be like that. So squats are a great place to start with this. So to start squatting, you want to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, so under your shoulders. And then I put my hands out here for balance. I'm just going to bend down then until my knees are right over my toes, and then stand back up. So you don't want your knees to go over your toes because then your balance is going forward. So I'll do it again. Feet shoulder width apart, hands in front. I'm gonna squat. I'm center balance over my heels. I'm not pitched forward like this. I'm standing here. My back is curved. I don't want to be hunchback because I can hurt myself. And I'm just gonna stand up. Do it again. Our next lower body exercise is for the calves. So your calves are really important with number 1, stabilizing your lower leg. You don't want your lower leg swinging everywhere when you're on a horse. But number 2, also using your lower leg cues. So this is actually one reason I started working out, is because I was trying to use my lower leg cues, but my legs would just get so tired. So a good exercise for this is super simple. It's called calf raises. All you have to do is stand up on your tiptoes, stand up as high as you can go, and then go back down. So all in a really controlled motion. Stand up, go back down. Something I personally do when I started doing this is, after a while I could easily do this. So for my calf raises, instead of going all the way back to the ground, I would just hover my heel above the ground. And that way I'm having to hold that muscle. And that, to me, I really got a good workout on. So a good starting place with your calf raises would be 10 to 20 calf raises. And you can even add weight and hold weight and do this, and that will make the workout a little bit more challenging. Again, I'm not a trained professional when it comes to exercising, but I found that these exercises have really helped me improve my riding and improve my strength so I can ride. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more weekly horse videos.